We have the drum. There's always a lot of laughs. It's a good sober event.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Hi. How are you? Good, how are you? Good. Glad you made it.
Our drum is alive, and by being near that drum and having access to be near that drum, it can change how you see the world. It can change how you interact in the world.
Food always brings everybody together, you know. We have a smudge. Right now we're in midst of a pandemic with people losing their lives, and that set forth what we do here today with the sobriety feast. We get many different people that come to the doors, you know, being sober from one day to plenty years. While we were in the pandemic, we applied for the grant, got the grant, and were able to do a little more things as far as food and supplies and small incentives for speaking. And Duluth itself has a large Native population. I see a lot of people struggling with the pandemic, alcohol and drugs, and that's another reason why we stepped forward to start this. It's a hard thing to watch. You know, there's a lot of young people that are losing their lives over the pandemic. In this community alone, it's quite often, more than it should be.
They embed cultural values into the work that they do. So it is really important to recognize Native philanthropy and people who are invested in that. Northland Foundation distributes grants to support some basic areas. We do children, youth, and families, individual and community well-being. And MAADA'OOKIING is a new initiative that really focuses on Indigenous community. There was a study that showed that less than 1% of grants go to Native organizations nationally. So Northland started to track data internally and found that they were distributing about 2%, but wanted to increase it, and now it's about 9% of grants, but at the same time wanted to really learn and listen with the Native community to find out what the needs are. We have a MAADA'OOKIING board that is it's all Indigenous led, so they set the priority areas, and it goes anything from strengthening culture to language revitalization, to grassroots community response. Our culture really has been fragmented in that some families or some communities really have retained cultural practices and they have access, but what I see is that it's really been disrupted across, in different places. The word MAADA'OOKIING, it means the distribution, and it's an Ojibwe word. It's a long history of different, I would say, federal policies and historic events of why we don't have as many resources right now. Native people, if you look at the data, we are under-resourced. We don't have high incomes for the most part, and yet here you have a community that when they see a need, they pick up and they do something.